Okay, so welcome to my course on design patterns. In this course, I'm going to take you through all 23 of the famous Gang of 4 design patterns. We'll start the course off by setting up an environment, whether you're on Windows, Linux, or Mac OS X. I'll discuss the coding conventions that I use throughout the course, such as PEP8, PyLint, UML diagrams. Then we go through all the patterns, creational, structural, and behavioral. As each pattern is discussed, I will start off with demonstrating a conceptual example of the pattern with the source code so that we can see what problem it's trying to solve. Then we move on to a use case example of the pattern so that we can see it within context of a simple story. And all source code is provided on this free website, but also in the environment setup, I also describe how you can get that code. It's either through GitHub, where you can download a zip, or you can manually type the code from the pages. Now, we'll look at all the patterns like this with a conceptual example, then a use case example, and then also at the end of every pattern, there will be discussions on the new Python concept that we would have learned in that pattern. So, for example, in the builder, I introduce lists. In the prototype, I'll introduce the Python ID function. In the singleton, I'll introduce the Python dictionary. And in every pattern introduces one or more different Python concepts that I'll teach you about, such as the decorator pattern here. I introduce the dunder string method and also the Python get attribute function. So all of these patterns, all the way down to the end, even finally at the visitor pattern, we're still learning about Python as well as the patterns. So has attribute, string expand tabs, in the state, the dunder call method, memento, Python getters and setters. So it is basically a course on Python at the same time. So if you've never had experience with Python, then you will also find it beneficial. Okay, so thanks for taking part in my course and I hope to see you there.